psychology report, of course. We are all in some sort of mental health crisis, whether we are young or not, and it's up to you to decide which one I am. But particularly young men. It's clearly a dire situation, and here to talk about it is a talented young comic who's still determined to make the best of all of it. Please welcome back to the Green Mill on the Machete stage, the very funny Philipp Kostelecky!
All right. Hello, everybody. Hey, how you doing? Okay, so today I'll be reading a bit of text that I've written on a fun topic that literally no one's talking about: men into health in young men. So the text is titled, "There is no hope, but killing yourself is low-key kind of lame, and you don't want to miss out on the fall of civilization. So let's get buzzed together and watch the world burn." Let's talk about men for a second. Boys, where are you at? Let's do it. Let's not forget about you. Come on. A question a lot of people ask is, why have men specifically been so hard hit by the mental health crisis? Why is this generation of men so weak and pathetic and unable to control their emotions? Asked by boomers who punch a wall every time their fantasy team loses. So, I'm curious why that is. Men can no longer take their frustrations out of life on their wives and children. These former punching bags, unfortunately, have developed ideas of grandeur, wanting to be respected and treated equally, which I agree with, I'd like to say. It's a brave new world out there. So where do we go from here? We could take it out on ourselves. As somebody who has suffered from depression, that's right, ladies, this Barbie gets sad sometimes. My biggest advice for men out there who are feeling sad is just don't be. No one cares. I'm depressed and I don't give a shit, so shut up. My second advice would be to talk to your friends and family because they actually do care. Depressive and suicidal thoughts are some of the worst ones you can have. I find it interesting, traditionally men seem to have most of the sidal thoughts in society. It's us men that have suicidal, homicidal, and genocidal thoughts. We're really killing it in the sidal thoughts. I think we should introduce a new type of thought, a hugicidal thought, which is where we all hug each other, to be clear. Boys, it's time to be a little bit less masculine, a little bit more camp. I think you should cuddle your friends, give them a massage, and talk to them. Let's all curl up into bed together and eat ice cream, watch Sex in the City, or the Joe Rogan Experience if you're still trying to pretend you're straight. We really need to start taking a page out of women's books. Women take care of each other, and it's time we did too. Women, I have to say, are better than us. They are crushing it right now. Generally, the gender pay gap among women from 20 to 35 is lowering every year in major cities, and academically, boys very rarely match girls' school grades. It may be the fact that women have always had the capacity to be better than us, but women spent hundreds of years learning how to be better at dealing with their emotions, all while hiding their intellectual capabilities. There they were, in the shadows, biding their time until they got equal rights, and slowly, over the last century, they've come out on top because I think they're better emotionally and intelligently than us. They're really coming out of there, you know, they're really the Viet Cong of genders, waiting for America to leave before taking back Ho Chi Minh City. The only solution to this, men, is we have to become oppressed like they were. We have to start taking away our voting rights. We have to start wearing dresses and being objectified. This is the only way they can do it. If there's one thing I know about men is we hate losing to women. So, that's right, my solution to the mental health crisis in men is to misogynistically transition. Okay, that was not a punchline that I wanted to land. So let's start taking estrogen, put your records on, play your favorite song, and let your hair down. Or we could start talking to each other, whichever is easiest. Men are more isolated than ever, probably due to social media, and when we talk about male terrorists, we often talk about lone wolves, but the truth is they are lonely wolves. And maybe if they had another boy in their pack looking out for them, things could be different. A lot of straight men, when they get into relationships, will unload all of their problems onto their partners. I say this on behalf of all your ex-girlfriends. Women are not your therapists. Yes. I don't know what they are, but they're not that. Seriously, boys, it's scary to tell your friends you love them and to ask for help, but from a personal experience, I can tell you it's scarier to be dying on the inside. Now, I don't need to tell any of the young people in the room that there is no hope for us. The planet is burning, and while it burns, we would have spent the best years of our lives mopping up floors for chump change, or if we're lucky, converting Word documents into PDFs. There will come a day when the dollar collapses and we revert back to barbarian tribes, and think about how fun that will be. Imagine all that fun you had with the boys late night playing Call of Duty, but imagine that and you're actually trying to survive. Trust me, you don't want to be there and miss out when Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk's house gets stolen and robbed into, and we ride off with their decapitated heads in a Cybertruck. Yes. So, to make sure we're in the best physical and mental health condition ahead of the final battle, let's talk to each other, go to the gym, and all cuddle up. Okay. I just want to cuddle. I think that's really the conclusion of this. Okay. In conclusion, young men, it's okay to be sad. You might feel like you've been forgotten in society, but you haven't. When you're used to privilege, equality feels like oppression. So, talk to each other. Oh yeah, that's not bad. I saw that on Pinterest. And talk to each other, have fun, and as our lizard overlords make us fight over the last of the Taco Bell Baja Blasts, let's get high as fuck and fuck some shit up. Take care of yourselves, boys. It's okay to be sad. There we go. Thank you very much.
One more time with the famous Philipp Kostelecky. If you know anything about me, I love an angular white man with big hands who's self-aware. I got one at home, but he's right over there.